Good afternoon. If you are out on the Facebook world, if you're out on YouTube, we are going to do a little bit of a live session here this afternoon. We're going to be actually going and talking to Jose Heredia in a little bit from ADJ. And we'll be shutting down for that so we can get things set up. And then we'll be coming back live with a couple of new reports from ADJ headquarters that'll be going on live. But I just wanted to jump on here and make sure everything was working okay, because tonight we also have the music show with Brian S. Red. Tuesday nights is our music where we're going to be digging into 2003 tonight. And what's going to be a little bit different about tonight's show with the music show, for those of you who've been watching that, is that we're going to be kind of doing a less of the top 100, because there's really not a lot in the top 100 that is going to work on your dance floor. What we're going to be doing is looking at what we play from the year 2003 that was released around the world. So it's not just a Minnesota thing or a Wisconsin thing, but we're going to be looking at charts from around the world. So I just wanted to jump on here and charts from around the world. So I just wanted to jump off. There we go. Because now I can follow the chat, which we typically can't do when we're doing a regular night, because when we're doing a regular night, it just doesn't work. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys a couple of things here that I've got at the desk. First off, a lot of you have heard about the silent disco world. I've got the wall wart for it. I'm just going to unplug that. The silent disco, basically, what that is you've got DJs who are maybe 2 or 3 DJs in a room. They're not hooked up to speakers and blasting out like they typically would be, like we always do. Instead, they're hooked up to little transmitters, like this guy. This is from VocoPro. This is the Rechargeable Transmitter. Does it have a name? RCA inputs. Silent Symphony is the most it's going to give me for I was looking for model number. And what this little guy is if you can run the audio from your board into this, and this will transmit that audio. So if you've got it set so you're transmitting your microphone and the sound from the board that you're mixing together goes into this. This is transmitted around the room. This particular transmitter is rechargeable, which it's all plugged in and charged up. It also has on the back, it's got 2 different settings. One setting gives you the option of going from, let's see if you can see this. If you can see it, will it get there? Yeah, almost. Channels 1, 2, and 3 right here. That allows us to choose which of the 3 channels it's going to broadcast at. The other setting right over there, right there, is our high-low. And of course, shutting it off. That is the amount of power that this is going to transmit with. This little guy is on low is supposed to be able to transmit approximately 100 feet, on high is approximately 300 feet from the transmitter to your people. Obviously, if this is hidden in a corner down low behind objects, that's going to affect its transmit ability. But this little guy will transmit and allow a lot of cool things to happen. So this is the transmitter. At a silent disco, the crowd is going to be wearing something like this. These are the headphones with the Silent Symphony system from VocoPro. Right there, can we see that? There we go, from VocoPro. They are not rechargeable. You've got, I think, double or AAA batteries. I'm not exactly sure which one are in here. But with this, I have the ability to select between channels 1, 2, and 3. So if I had 3 DJs, one was doing channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, I could select which one of those 3 that I'm going to listen to. Then once I'm done with the listening to one, I get bored of that type of music, I can go to number 2, I can bounce back and forth, whatever I want to do. The headphones come with the ability to control volume. Yeah, where is that at? Down at there we go, we got our on, our off, we have our volume control, and we have the tune, which allows us to select. And then it also has, where is that? 8 right there. If you can see that, I'm going to show you guys that. A little bit of an audio out. So this will actually allow you to have 2 different audio out devices. So one person could be wearing this, and a second person can actually be listening through earbuds or headphones, different headphones that weren't wireless, and listening to the same music between the 2 of us, and of course controlling the volume with the little volume knob that's on the bottom or on the side right here. So Silent Symphony, we've been practicing with this a little bit here because we've got a few headphones, and we are in a pole shed. Now this is probably it must be about a 40 by, maybe a 36 by 48 pole shed. And what I did is I set the little transmitter up just on my board right in the middle of the building, and then I took off with the headphones, and I went for a walk outside. Now, the headphones is probably a kind of a midline quality sound you're going to get out of these. Good enough to do what we're trying to do in this particular application, but these aren't high-end headphones. But then again, these are something that you're giving to the crowd for them to listen to your show, and then out the door they go. Secondly is, and I'm not going to put these on because, well, I don't want to get my hair all messed up. I hate doing that. But they're a little bit small for a big noggin person like myself. Hey, there's a few people. So this particular set of headphones, I put them on and walked in. Again, they did not fit all the way for me. If I were going to wear them, I'd have to wear them something more like this because they just don't fit over the top. But what I did, again, in the middle of the building, so from that to the outer walls, probably about 30 some feet approximately. And then I continued walking away from this office because we have the office here and down the road here a little bit is the house. So I continued walking, got to about 150 feet outside the building. So we've got 30 feet metal walled building, and then we continued beyond that. And this still had signal. It hadn't started to break up. And that was on the low setting on this little transmitter. So that was kind of cool. I was actually surprised. I figured once I got outside the metal walls of this building, even Wi-Fi has a difficult time getting outside this building. So if I go outside and I'm trying to even take the computer out and sit in the front here, it doesn't work very well. So I was very happy with the range. I didn't even test the high setting because the low setting did such a nice job of transmitting. I could walk around. There weren't any dropouts or anything. Again, AA batteries in here or AAA. Basically alkaline type batteries. You can't recharge those. The little power guy does have that ability to recharge, and of course it also comes with the little wall wart here that comes. Oh, there we are. Sorry, I've got too many screens I'm trying to follow here. It's a neat little system. I've been pleasantly surprised with it. Again, probably the biggest downfall, I mentioned this in a couple of people when I talked about Silent Symphonies, is that if I'm out dancing and I'm out, boogieing around a lot, I'm going to sweat. And these little things, nice, they're going to get all kind of gross from, wet and sloppy and stinky and ick. I'm thinking that the future of these silent discos and the Silent Symphony and VocoPro has a transmitter that's about the same, a receiver. It's about the same size as this that you can plug in your own personal headphones like what I'm wearing right now. I think that's going to be the future of it, is to get those little transmitters like that, put those with your DJ booth, and then have the little receiver pack, the belt packs. And then everyone can bring their little earbuds from home. Instead of having a bunch of headphones walking around that get gross. I mean, even just in the experiment they did down at Mobile Beat, people were using them, and then the next people would come up and they're like, oh, they're moist. And, moist headphones, it was not exactly exciting. And a lot of us who have done some of the inflatable things where you've had the sumo suits, by about the fourth or fifth person, they're pretty gross. So I'm thinking these are cool. This is a cool concept, but I think the long term, if you're going to be investing in doing something like this, I think you're going to want to look at the belt pack receivers so that you can have the kids at the dance bring in their little iPhone headphones, whatever they have. They can bring in their own headphones. And some are going to bring in a $5 one, some will bring in $100 ones. That's up to them. Obviously, we'd have to have some also. But then at the end of the night, you grab those belt packs as the kids are walking out, and you're good to go. So anyway, that is the VocoPro Silent Symphony system. Oop, I'm going to move over here. Sorry. Kind of a cool little system. You guys can check that out. We'll put it, once this is all done and I'm all back to my main computer back in the house here, the other one in the office, whichever one I get to first, I'll put the links so you guys can go check those out. If you've got any questions about those, you can put those into the comment section down below, and I can tell you what I have experienced with them. I'm not an expert. I have not actually performed one because I've only got a few pieces here that I've been testing in the office before I would make the investment to buy multiples of these. I personally have been looking at offering this to my dances. I don't do big dances. Most of my schools have between 100 to 150 to 250 students. That is still a chunk of change. Each receiver is about $100. So if I'm doing 200 of them, you can do the math. Now, trying to recoup that cost, if I can go and I can rent those things out, I'm not exactly the fully sure on the complete prices. I'm just going with what the websites are, so I'm not sure what retail is. I'm just giving you map pricing. So figure about $100 per piece, whether it's the belt pack or it's the transmitter. It seems that about the $100 a piece was about it. So again, I was looking at it and I was thinking 200 other receivers, but in this particular case with the headphones, I could maybe get away with, just having one kid with the head, you and your buddy get together and one kid do that. I don't know. That's kind of tacky, I think, but overall, I think though that's going to be something that is going to be more popular to a point. And the reason I think it's going to be very, very popular with kids is that now they can go and you can have one kid that's listening to EDM. You can have one kid that's listening to classic stuff. You can have these kids with their eclectic music taste. You can have, 100 list is a ton of time on that, but really limited when it comes to mobile. We're going to really dig into the songs that he and I have played from the 2003, from that particular year, and how those have worked on our dance floor. So that's going to be going on tonight. You can go to discjockeynews.com/live to find that. You can go to djntv.com, and it should be right on the main video player. Otherwise, the links are somewhere here on the Facebook page. You guys will find them. You know how this all works. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to bounce here because just a few minutes we're going to be doing a interview with some lighting from ADJ, and then we're going to come back live in probably the next maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour here on Facebook, so we can show you some of the new stuff that's coming out from ADJ, kind of behind the scenes information coming to you in just a little bit. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you.